Yes, my people, them was crack-a-lacking. We're back with another one, man. Father Talks Podcast. You know the usuals, man. Big up to everyone with me on the journey. I see I've got 2 new members to the family now. Salutes and love hearts to you. I'm so close to that 150 goal I set myself at the start of this journey, do you know what I mean? So hopefully by the end of this month, I forward with that target and I can set myself a new one, you know what I mean? And you know the usual messages on the weekend as well, on a Friday and Saturday. If you're outside tonight, be safe, be mindful, look after the people around you, look after yourself. Make sure you get back home to your families tomorrow, man, or tonight, whatever it may be. But above all, just enjoy yourself, man. Stay blessed and have a good evening. You know them way there. But raw boy, you see today's been not today, this week really. This week's been a bit of a reflective week, you know what I mean? Cause today I've been doing this journey, for what, 53 days now. Yeah, 53 days I started this journey, and you know, since I've started this journey, I feel I've hit some targets that I set myself at the start of the journey, do you know what I mean? To be better with myself, to do better, you know, to be more consistent with things. And the consistency is really doing well so far, where I set myself a couple goals. I mentioned a couple episodes back, my boy Ty set himself 100 push-ups a day challenge. I've done that as well, but I thought I'm going to throw 100 sit-ups in there as well, because I've had a bad drinking spree, so the beer belly is beer bellying right now, man. I have to get rid of that, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know, since I started this journey, I feel like I've been doing all right, you know what I mean? But as I've been reflecting, you know, watching a couple of episodes back and that, you know, I've been thinking about, you know, me and my dad. And now there's episodes on this journey I've been on where I've said, you know, my dad's been a bad dad. He didn't try his best at all. He could have done a lot better. But, you know, putting all that aside, reflecting a lot, he didn't do as bad as what he could have done. Do you know what I mean? And I say that to say, obviously, there's men out there who literally never had a dad from birth. Obviously, I know that sounds mad, but what I mean is, you know, they were born and their dad was dead, or in the big house, or cut straight away as soon as the mum said she's pregnant. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, you know, as I get older, man, I reflect a lot about mine and my dad's relationship, and it was as bad as it was pretty good, man. He done the usual fundamentals a man should do with their youth. Do you know what I mean? To the knowledgeable things, you know, just teaching me certain respectable traits a man should have. Do you know what I mean? With the whole, you know, relationship-wise, woman-wise, he didn't really do too well in that due to how him and my mum were. But, you know, I mean, you know, certain moral-wise, shake a man's hand with your right hand and stand your ground, them kind of things there. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I remember a few times. I remember one time we was at his flat one time, and he got out the boxing gloves and the pads, and you know, where he teach me how to throw a bang, this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? They're things that a man should do with their youth. Do you know what I mean? So, I say that to say I can't knock him too tough, because, yeah, there were times where I'd say he was terrible. Do you know what I mean? There were times where I wish he weren't even my dad, but there were times where I was really happy that he was my dad. Do you know what I mean? Because when he weren't waved and that and lick up and that, he was actually a really good man. He was really loved in Bedford. A lot of people knew my dad. A lot of people rated him. Even on his down days, a lot of people rated him and just said, nah, Mark, you're just having a bad day and that. Do you know what I mean? He had a lot of respect on his name, and I have to really deep it at, you know, he did try, man. He tried, innit? Might not have tried hard enough, but there were days where he tried, like, there were days where, you know, he'd come and get me and my little sister, he'd take us out, we'd go town, get a little tracksuit, little trainer, I'd take man to get a trim, and then we'd go to like soft play and that, do you know what I mean? The one in Bedford's called Kids World. If you know about Kids World's lit. I know it's still active now. But yeah, like, do you know what I mean? There were bare good times, and like, and even like down to the, like, this is gonna sound mad, like, obviously, I remember one time he took me to school now in the morning. It's like, what, 7, half 7 in the morning, we've gone cross cutter. He's got a beer, but he's got me a drink. We're sitting in the park before school. I'm sipping my little panda pop and munching a little cereal bar, and he's sipping his beer bun and a roll up, like, and I know that's like madness or a way to be bonding, but like that was real bonding time, like I loved that. Do you know what I mean? I enjoyed it because it was just me and my dad. It was just like he okay, cool, he was having a beer, but he weren't too waved, so he weren't all slumped and that. He was still, you know, up and active, smiling with his gold teeth and that. Like, you know, sometimes I really just think, like, you know, sometimes I really think, man, I am grateful. I'm grateful I had my dad in my life. As bad as things were, you know, as bad as things got, like, even when he was cussing, man, because, like, my dad was a yardie, do you know what I mean? Like, my dad was the most English, most yardiest man you'd know, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of mixed race man will know what I mean, innit? Like, they've got their dad, like, where he's got his Jamaican side to him, his Rasta side to him, but he's a typical, oh, mate, you know what I mean? Like, especially growing up in the 80s and that in England, do you know what I mean? Like, it's mad, innit? But yeah, like, I'm grateful that my dad was there, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm so grateful he was there. Like, sometimes I deep it, and sometimes I think he was washed. He was useless. But then sometimes I sit there and I think, nah, man. Like, you know, there's certain ways how, like, I am, and I think, yeah, like, if my dad didn't tell me certain things, I wouldn't be like that. I wouldn't think like that. And sometimes they are for the best, you know? Like, a lot of, like, issues I have, they're not all from my dad. Do you know what I mean? They're from other things I experienced in life, innit? They're not all from my dad, man. Like, so, you know, sometimes when I come on here, I can't just put all the blame onto him. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not trying to blame anyone for how I am, but I'm just saying, innit, like, I have to sometimes really big him up, man, because as much as of a letdown he was sometimes, he was there when he needed to be, you know what I mean? Like, he really did shine through when he had to, innit? Like, and even that, and like, even though there were times when I didn't see him for months, and then, like, I remember one time I didn't see my dad for about 3-4 months now, and I see him one time. All my friends we're all going to the cinema. I think I had about £7 on me, enough money just to get into the cinema and get a little chicken mayo from McDonald's after, you know, the way that not even enough for nothing in the cinema. I see my dad now. He must have got his gyro or something. If you know about gyro, you know about gyro, innit? Like, he must have got his gyro or something, because he's bust me like £15. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, Dad, you're the best way. I can get a little Mackies with this. I can have money for tomorrow. You know, there was there. Like, obviously, back in them days, like, man's talking like 15 years ago, it was cheap to go to cinema and get a little Mackies, innit? But yeah, like, the matter of the fact is, like, I didn't even think I could ask my dad for some money around them times there, and out of nowhere he's come and he's bust me. It was like God was watching, you know, them ones there, man. So yeah, like, I guess the message of today's episode is, like, you know, sometimes, you know, you have to really look into things. Like, sometimes things ain't always as bad as they are, do you know what I mean? Sometimes, like, things could be a lot worse, you know? So yeah, man, just appreciate what you got. Don't take too much things for granted, because obviously, you know, unfortunately, the sad side to the story is my dad took his life for granted, drank it away, and he died by the age of 43, man. But even with that being said, like, down to his last day of living, like, I was with him. Do you know what I mean? I held him in my arms when he took his last breath. So, you know, even that I'm really grateful for, man, because a lot of people don't get that, you know. So even with that, that's why sometimes I can't talk too bad on his name. I have to really, you know what I mean? It's a sticky one. It's a very 50-50 kind of situation, do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, just hold your loved ones close. Don't take them for granted. And just try remember the good times more than the bad times. Do you know what I mean? Like, even with, like, you know, like, if you're in a relationship with someone and it's going a bit P-tong at the minute, like, you know, just try and remember all the good times you had from, like, the first time you met and that, when you were in the honeymoon period, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's Father Talks podcast. It's real spit. Man, messing up the whole slogan. Mad thing. It's Father Talks podcast. It's only real spit around there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. Salutes and love hearts to everyone, man. Have a good weekend and stay blessed.